Hi, I'm Ashura, and welcome to the third and final part of my playthrough of the Eredath storylines. We are finally going to learn about Alleria in this storyline. We're going to learn about her relationship with Locus-Walker, and how exactly she got involved with all of this messy void business. This is sort of the inciting moment that sets the scene for where she ends up in the War Within with regards to her relationship with the Void, in terms of her hearing the whispers. This is sort of on top of the Thousand Years of War audio story, where that first starts, and this is the moment at which she first embraces the Void for real. So we're going to see that unfold. So we've spent 2 parts building up to this, so without further ado, let's jump into the quests. Even with the sigil of awakening in hand, the crown cannot save us until it is whole. That is why we must enter the seat of the Triumvirate, even knowing that Laura awaits us there. This is a dire task, one that I would not ask if it were not completely necessary. We will descend together. Come.
You are the instrument. Without the crest of knowledge, we cannot prevail. Come, we must brave the darkness.
Hold, Prophet. I have scouted the area. The shadows grip more tightly than you know. What news? The darkened Naru pulses with void energy. It has become a beacon, calling those who would use this power for their own ends.
It is far worse than I feared. Do we have the strength to face such a foe?
There may be another way. I will require a second set of hands, however.
There's a familiar presence here. I hear it calling to me.
Aim true.
The light will guide your way.
This is grave news indeed. It would be wise to follow Alleria's lead from here.
Many depend on you.
Keep your gaze fixed on your target.
Ethereals, the Void, a Dark Naru. I feel they're all connected. I explored the ruins below while you and Velen were seeking the crown. There are survivors. Broken wander the cluster of buildings to our west. I cannot understand much of what they say, but I suspect that their minds are not their own. If the Void is to blame, we will need to start our investigation there. I will conduct my own search in the meantime.
We do what we must for those we love. I will meet you in the ruins below, champion. We will begin where the darkness ends. It is as I thought. The Void's corruption has reached them here. I am certain it had help. Take a look around. Call for me if you find anything of interest.
It all makes sense.
Look inside yourself and see the strength your vigil has cultivated. Do not let the long, dark night break you. Accept its gift. You must hold fast to your resolve. Temptation weakens the mind and spirit.
As you near the statue, a somber voice fills your mind. You must resist the shadow's pull. Come to me, brothers and sisters. Be whole within the light. Let our Khan show you the way home. The rest of the message is garbled, though the nearby broken seem to be gnawing on pieces of the statue.
Look to the heavens above. See the million points of brilliance in the great dark beyond. Know you are not alone. Our salvation is out there. Somewhere.
I found a survivor. Come to me.
A crystal shard broken off from a larger sculpture contains a lingering trace of holy energy.
We each walk a line. Choose yours.
Did you find anything interesting?
Farewell.
What is this? A sermon? Fascinating.
Aim true. It is a good day for a hunt.
Something is very wrong here.
The shadows can be... Come on out. We mean you no harm.
A voice. Archon has never heard this one before.
We found your messages.
Yes, Archon did call, but he was not expecting.
This broken still remains some of his sanity, though not all of it. I can sense some void influence nearby, but it is isolated to small pockets. Dispelling these manifestations should help our friend here clear his mind. Perhaps we can use the prayer fragments you found, as they still contain some light energy. I will try and make sense of his chattering in the meantime. Maybe we can learn something about what is happening here.
Keep your gaze fixed on your target.
You speak.
Darkness envelops us. The light has gone from this place. Archon mumbles to himself before noticing you are still talking to him. Archon could not save them. Brothers, sisters, whispers twisted them. The light cannot see them. It turns away from us. Archon failed. Archon stares off into space.
Shh. Did you hear that?
Archon, was it? Can you tell us what happened to your people?
Archon knows. Yes.
Greetings. Farewell.
I can feel the void's influence retreating. Perhaps now we can find out what happened here.
Aim true.
Ah. Oh, yes?
The broken peers suspiciously at his surroundings, avoiding eye contact with you.
Strangers speak strangely.
Archon remembers. He remembers something that will save us. Follow Archon. Isolon calls. We will offer soft words to the light. The light will banish the darkness. Archon eyes Alleria warily. Archon will watch that one closely.
Close your ears to the whispers. This way. Archon has a plan.
Could you elaborate? Even a little? Perhaps with some idea of what you hope to achieve.
We will stop the whispers. Pointy ears should know.
I must confess, Archon, that does not put me at ease.
Look, the way is closed. How will we go to Isolon now? You speak.
Can you hear them? Chewing, gnashing, wailing. Archon shudders. Isolon is lost. We should keep going. They will hunt us. The shadows know we resist them. Turn back! Turn back! Alleria and I will protect you.
Are all these creatures?
My people. Once.
How is it you do not share their fate?
Archon forgets. Wait. There is a voice. We still hear their prayers. Rest, brothers. Rest.
At least their suffering is over.
Quiet, quiet. Archon listens.
Where are these things coming from?
They want Archon. He promised to save them.
What was once a sacred site for my people has been desecrated by the Legion. Drive them out.
I cannot attack
Stop!
that.
Do not listen. Archon remembers. Isolon calls to us. Isolon will look to the stars again.
That is not Isolon calling to you! Wait! He's still here. He crossed over into the void. We may still be able to save him, if we hurry. We do what we must for those
I should
who
have
love.
seen this coming.
The shadows can be an ally, if controlled.
Whatever called to him, it cannot have good intentions. We need to go in after him. Before we step through this portal, ensure you are prepared to fight. The Void's influence is rarely peaceful.
Keep your gaze fixed on your target. Who is that?
Viceroy Nazar.
Show us, please! Please!
Let me satisfy your curiosity.
Thank you! Thank you! Archon finally understands! It will all be undone! There's nothing but the void! What has...
I am sorry you had to learn this. Resist their call, Archon! Do you feel that? Something is pulling us back. We each walk a line. Choose yours.
As I said, the Void's influence is rarely peaceful. We must press on.
Farewell. Locus-Walker.
I see you've met the Viceroy.
What are your people doing here?
I am here to find out. Follow, if you can.
It is a good day for a hunt.
That was Locus-Walker. He taught me all that I know about the Void, and he still has more to teach me. If he is here, then the Ethereal's presence only intrigues me further. I had thought him the only one of his kind, but now that I've seen another tingling with the Void... Come, and we must play his game if we want to learn what he knows. He appears to have gone toward the Umbral Hollows to the north. So I very quickly skim-read the 1,000 Years of War audio story before this, and a bit of a rundown of the events that happen to get to here. So when Alleria and Turalyon join the Army of the Light and end up on the Zenithar, Alleria has a conversation with Thraxian where he tells her a bit about the Void and tells her that, to his knowledge, Locus-Walker is the only being who has ever mastered the Void without succumbing to it. And Alleria sort of decides she needs to understand more about the Void because they may be fighting the Burning Legion, but one day they're going to have to tackle the Void. And sort of wants to understand more about it, which Zira doesn't like. Later, Alleria and Turalyon go on a small mission to Argus and get trapped there by the Burning Legion. And that's when she taps into the Void for the very first time. She opens a few Void portals to get them out to safety. And after that, she gets tangled with Locus-Walker for the very first time after hearing about him. And he begins to teach her about the Void, about the Whispers, about the madness, and more details about how the Void works when it comes to seeing possibilities of the future. He tells her that she cannot believe everything the Void says because the Void searches for all possibilities and sees them all as potential truths. But their teaching is cut a bit short because she's alerted to the fact that Turalyon is in danger and they part ways. And I believe this moment in the quest is the first time they meet up again after that.
Keep your gaze fixed this way.
I have something I want to show you, but we mustn't be seen. follow.
Explain yourself first.
Such impatience. I believe you will find the answers you seek on the other side.
Walking through the void, less visible to void ethereals and their minions. All summons have been dismissed, unable to mount. Just very small side note, I think it's very strongly implied in these quests that you're going into the void. But in the 1,000 Years of War audio story, Alleria goes into the void with Locus-Walker, and she describes it as solid nothing. And with the new lore that we've gotten from Shadowlands about the Veils, sort of, we did learn in one of the lore books from the Forbidden Reach, which I actually have in my inventory. Which one is it? Our queen calls to us from beyond the Umbral Veil. So I'm assuming the Umbral Veil is the veil before the void. And so my new theory is that this place we're in right now is not actually the void itself, but the Umbral Veil.
What news?
How industriously they work. A pity they will be overtaken.
I sense a little disappointment. Was I really your best student?
I will not give Locus-Walker the satisfaction of disrupting our efforts. Capture him at all costs. Do what you like with the fleshling and her ally. I are of no concern.
We each walk a line. Choose yours.
I had hoped to find at least one promising soul on this rock.
I have not turned away from that path. You know why I resisted.
I think she's referring to the fact that she left him to save Turalian. Interrupted their teachings.
What is this?
Our work is nearly complete. Soon all of Argus will fall to darkness.
I need to finish what I started, Locus-Walker.
Can you, though? With your attachments?
What are you talking about? Greetings. We do...
Why, your mate, of course. How does he feel about your choices?
Alleria seems momentarily speechless.
Aim true. The shadows can be an ally, if controlled.
I think I understand what he was trying to show us. I feel a surge of power building ahead. They must be cultivating the void, calling it here. We need to stop them before they plunge this entire city into shadow. Find the source and cut it off by any means necessary. Locus-Walker and I have unfinished business to attend to.
We do what we... Turalian trusts me to make hard decisions, and I him.
I am not talking about trust. How can you expect to embrace the shadow with the light shining so brightly at your side?
Without the light, there is no shadow, teacher.
As you have surely gathered by now, a certain subset of my people have tragically succumbed to the call of the void. I had hoped to find more who possessed the necessary strength of mind. I am disappointed to find such an utter lack of resistance. It cannot be helped. To advance your cause, and mine, we will need to eradicate these weak-willed beings.
Fascinating. Simply fascinating.
Use every weapon at your disposal.
We buy time, but nothing more.
Keep your gaze fixed on your target.
It is good to know we can share a common goal. Perhaps I will find some use for your kind yet.
Embrace the void, lest it consume.
After some consideration, I have decided to allow Alleria another opportunity to pursue her destiny. I suppose you want to know what that means, mortal. Locus-Walker laughs. Meet us deep in the Shadowguard camp ahead. My brethren are preparing a summons that will provide adequate energy for Windrunner to begin again. Witness what happens when you harness the Void's power. Though only a demigod, Nalathos's presence haunts the dark corners of Eredath.
Do go on. Well, Windrunner, what say you?
Show me the path. I am ready to walk it.
Right this way. Yes, this specimen will do. Prepare yourself, Alleria. Your friend here will hold its attention.
It is a good day for a hunt. Be gone, wretched darkness!
Be sure to collect our prize, fleshling. I will tend to Alleria.
A pulsing core of void energy that buzzes uncomfortably in your hands.
The heart of a demigod. This is no mere token, Alleria.
What?
Take it, and you will be one step closer to your destiny.
I understand. Thank you. Both of you.
I see the path clearly.
The shadows can be an ally. If
Alleria
controlled.
takes the heart in her hands. This is the next step. Thank you for bringing me to this point.
Aim true.
Absorbed the heart of Nalathoth.
Greetings. Keep your gaze fixed on your target.
That was an intense experience. Alleria rubs her forehead. It is difficult to focus. I need you to return to Velen. Give him this. She places something cold and dense in your palm. I feel as though he should have it, though I am not sure why. Tell him all that we've learned. I am sure Ramul will have been watching our progress. With any luck, a beacon is already headed our way.
The shadows.
Ah, you're alive. A beacon is inbound.
How do you feel?
My head is swimming.
Remember, so long as your mind is your own, you command this power. It does not command you.
How did you do it by yourself?
Ah, well. Perhaps I will tell you one day. Until then, I will be keeping an eye on your progress. Farewell for now.
You should return to the Vindikar and share what we have learned.
I keep getting ahead of myself.
My path takes me into the seat of the Triumvirate, to whatever fate awaits me there. I am certain Velen will understand.
Without faith, the battle is lost.
What is this? Such darkness.
The light will guide your way.
What is it you bring? Velen peers down upon the cold, dense object. Intriguing.
You are the instrument of change.
And that's the storyline. But there's a little bit more Alleria story in the Seat of the Triumvirate, so I'm gonna speed through that real quick for this.
Be just.
We have all that we need now. Alleria Windrunner awaits your arrival at the Seat of the Triumvirate. Do not go alone, my friend. You will need allies to recover the crest of knowledge and endure what Laura has become. I will prepare the Vindikar and await your return. Light be with you in that dark place.
Many depend on you.
The Shadow Guard is building up its presence near the temple.
Disrupting their efforts would benefit us all. Also, their commander here has a particular item that would be useful to me.
Just give the word, heroes, and we can begin the assault. It is a good day for a hunt. Figure out their motives, and put a stop to their efforts.
It seems this nuisance requires a more personal touch. I shall handle you myself.
Ethereum Lord of the Shadow Guard.
My pets hunger.
Thank you for removing the obstacles between me and this staff, heroes. Yes, this will do nicely. You'll find their viceroy near the entrance to the temple, feebly trying to break in. Eliminating him will give us an opportunity to get in ourselves. I'll see to opening the way once he's taken care of.
My death cannot stop it.
I sense great despair emanating from within. Lura.
Yes, the Naru. We must get inside. Alleria, the skills you have learned can open the way.
Understood. Champions, once the door is open, clear the way to Lura. We will be right behind you. The way is open. Hurry, heroes. Such chaos. Such anguish. I have never sensed anything like it before.
It is rare that a Naru falls into void this way. The few cases I know of have occurred when mortals were involved. What fascinating implications. Such musings can wait, though. This entity must die. Take her shadow for your own, Alleria. Do as I trained you.
Incoming!
You survived. Interesting. How do you feel?
The voices are louder now, more insistent, but they do not control me.
You asked me to teach you to use the void as a weapon. Now that weapon is you.
It seems my training is complete.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We need to test the limits of this newfound power. Come.
Okay, so it doesn't seem like I can currently place the Crest of Knowledge, but that is effectively the story of Eredath and the story of Argus, and we sort of got to see how Alleria got to be where she is now with her relationship to the Void by consuming not only the heart of like a Void demigod, but also a literal Void state Naro, which has to be a huge chunk of Void. It definitely sets the scene for her hearing all the whispers as she does, and I think what Locus-Walker says about her attachment holding her back also sets up for how distant she is from Turalyon. And it's not just the fact that, you know, the light and the void coming into conflict with each other causes pain, so it is at times physically hard for her to touch or be with Turalyon. I think we learn a lot about how she's afraid, and that comes in content more than just this. It's the visions and Shadows Rising even, that she's afraid that her decision to mingle with the void, shall we say, will end up very poorly for her family. And so where we are in the War Within, there's a significant growing distance between her and Turalyon and her son, Eredath. But that's sort of how she gets there in the first place. So thank you so much for joining me for the Eredath/Argus story. I'm hoping to cover some old Xalatath stuff next time, but we shall see. So thank you for being here, and I will hopefully see you in the next one.
My.
I don't like this. How do I leave? How do I vacate the premises? I think I've only done this dungeon like once in my life. Oh, they were neutral. I didn't need to kill them. Mistakes were made. How awkward would that be if it's bugged? Oh, that's the world quest. Never mind. We're just gonna. How do I?
I am unable to carry mortal coils.
Oh, let's go. I have to look at my notes. Yeah, I don't know how this works. Yeah, let's go.